Well, I've been gone for about 6 weeks to Indiana. I went to stay with family up in Indiana for a little while, and my dad called me and told me that my brother had came down here and told him that he was done, turned the keys in to where he was working for BMT. And Dad asked him why he wasn't at work, and he said, well, I'm done, and I think I killed my wife. And Dad was pretty upset. And he was supposed to turn himself in, but I pretty much knew he didn't. I've dealt with Chris when he was on drugs myself personally in the past. And I guess myself, I know pretty much what Chris is capable of when he is on that stuff. I tried to deal with him myself instead of Mom and Dad, which my mom's been passed now for 3 years. And I tried to deal with him instead of Mom and Dad having to. I didn't want them to see him in that condition. And I pretty well know what he's capable of when he's like that. And it's pretty rough. I had the gun pointed to my head and my chest myself. And if it hadn't been for a guy at mechanic shop in Bath County, he would have shot me. And I begged him not to give him his gun rights back. I did. But when Dad told me what was going on, I was the family member that called and told them that they needed to go check on my sister-in-law before my nephew got back home from school. And I told them what my brother said. And I told them that they needed to do something and find out what kind of shape she was in before my nephew got home. My main concern was him. I didn't want him to go home and find his mom. And I tried to get home as fast as I could, but it was like a 4-hour drive. I didn't want him to go home and find that. So it's been pure torture. The waiting, the not knowing where he's at, if he's dead or alive. I know what he's capable of. I talked to him probably 2 weeks prior to this while I was up in Indiana. He was very angry with me for leaving Dad here and not being here to take care of him, which my dad is in very good shape. He's 75. He can get around probably better than I can. He's in good mental stability, very good health to be 75 years old. But at first he was very hateful, told me I abandoned Dad, which I didn't. And then he went to the point of started crying and told me that whenever he was in jail before, that me and Mom was all he had. And then if it hadn't been for us, that nobody would have came and seen him. I'm sorry. And that the floors were cold. And then he would never go back again. Before he ever done that, he'd kill himself. So I'm not sure where he's at or if he's even alive. So the not knowing where he's at or if he's dead or alive is very hard.
So it's, like you said, a very hard week for you all, for your family, and to now hear that there's some people in the community, some businesses that are pulling together to support Christopher, who's kind of left in all of this. What's that mean to you all?
It means a lot. We thank God for him. We really do. Christopher needs all of the support and all the love that he can get. I know this is very, very hard on him because he's lost his mom. And I know that there's a big part of him that he's probably mixed. He probably hates his dad. But then there's still a part of him that probably loves his dad. He probably don't know how to feel. He probably don't know who this man is. And he's been through a lot through this. I've seen a lot that he's went through. I've seen the tears. I've heard how his dad's talked to him when he's been on drugs. I know he's been going through a lot. I love that little fella. He don't deserve this.
He's 16?
Yes, he is. He's a very, very well-mannered young man. Got a heart of gold. And he don't deserve this. He don't. And I do want to tell them how much we appreciate them. This is awesome that he's got this kind of support. It really is. But we also want him to know that the other side of the family loves him very much, and we do support him 150%. He's got a papaw, he's got an aunt, and he's got a sister and other family that loves him very much. And his daddy did do wrong, and he does need to pay for what he's done wrong, and that his mommy did not deserve what she went through.
How long have they been married?
20 years.
Never, I mean, nothing ever indicated that something like this would happen.
No, just the drugs. She was a very strong woman. Very strong woman. She'd been through a lot with him over the drugs and the alcohol. And I'd talked to him since he'd got off probation. And I was afraid this was going to happen. I really, not to this extreme. But I knew he had been wanting to drink again. And he had made the comment several times when he drank, he wanted his drugs. And if there's one thing I can say to anybody, if you're doing any drugs or wanting to do drugs, please get help. Please get help. You don't know what kind of monster this is. And I've dealt with my brother and I've seen what they are capable of doing. And it's not them. It's bad. My brother would have never turned against me the way he has. The messages that he gets sent to my niece about me, the things he has said about me in messages, he would have never said, because we were extremely close. He was like my child. The things he said, he would have never said about me. Drugs are bad.
Do you think that he will be caught or turn himself in?
He will never go alive. If he's not dead now, he'll make sure that they kill him. He'll never go alive. And I believe that with everything in me. He'll never go alive. But if there's any way, if he's anywhere that he can see this message. We love you, Chris. No matter what you've done. You were wrong. You did wrong. But I know it wasn't you. And me and Dad love you. Please, turn yourself in. Let us have some closure. Let your daughter and your son feel safe. Let your family have closure. We love you. But you need to pay for what you've done. Please.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Christopher, we love you. In the town of Bath County, we thank you very much for what you're doing for Christopher. He deserves the best of life. Thank you very much. And God bless.